made a game, right?
Yes. Challenge nila. Ang dami ng challenge this
May mga
morning.
challenges. So, sino na may pinakamaraming pangalan na nakuha or nakilala?
We try and take advantage of those who have more energy, more creativity. And that's why I've reached out to HPAIR and actually asked them for help, that we can work together. Because Harvard Club represents, as you know, an institution that is, well, a relatively young university compared to the University of Santo Tomas. 1636. Foundation ng Harvard College, ngayon ng USTAAI. Some of its parts. Mas malakas ang ASEAN pag sama-sama. And it's not just rhetoric. There's historical proof. There's historical evidence to show that communities, national communities that come together actually become stronger. Why? It's a practical governance structure. It's just the way the Philippines should be structured. It's not emotional or anything like that. It's a practical, it's an administrative thing. And why not local autonomy, self-autonomy? I mean, parang sa Spain. Spain was working for a while until Catalonia says, or Basque country says, I want out. Iba yung limited autonomy versus federalism. Why is federalism important? Because you create mini countries without dividing the whole country, the whole nation. And it's also psychological. It's not just about tax sharing. It's about a group of provinces or a region or a state, whatever you call it, having a sense of sovereignty.
No stability. Right now, the current system in the Philippines is either you become a research assistant or a faculty. If you're a research assistant, you have no security of tenure. Technically,
Felt before. My name is Antoinette Toss, and I've been in entertainment all of my life since I was a little girl. I started in commercials and then show business, movie, TVs, singing. Alam niyo sa Pilipinas, here, you pretty much end up doing everything. But I have been doing theater as well since I was a little girl. I did Les Miserables, The Wiz, The Little Mermaid, so it's been a fun ride. I am now 36 years old, and I never thought that I would get to this place in my life. I have to tell you, do not be afraid of getting older or aging. I really think it's the most amazing thing because you really gain so much knowledge, wisdom, and passion from the world and purpose. So it's a very fulfilling part of life. So don't go against it, go with it, enjoy it, embrace it, and you'll really find so much fulfillment. But
caused by mining companies doon sa mga indigenous communities, lalo na sa Lumad. Sa bahagi namin, sa Sari Lahi po ako, lead convener kami ng Save Our Schools Network campaign, which advocates doon sa, umu-oppose kami doon ng mga indigenous communities katulad ng Lumad. And just few days ago, ilan ng Lumad ang pinaslang. So, ilan Lumad na ang
kanina, nakakatawa. Pag 1 week talaga yung presentation ko yata. But, hindi ko na siya masyadong kanina. But, I did go through that point. Yung after ng behavioral change ko na I became too outgoing. I never wanted to...
Babuyo ko lang amoy is basically it uses technology na para pamawala ng amoy ng baboy. So that's it. Kaya babuyo ko lang amoy. And also, we give agricultural assistance to our farmers. So we teach them how to become entrepreneurs. Kasi when harvest comes, yung mga farmers, dinadaya sila ng mga buyers because they know farmers wala silang formal education background, right? So we use compared to ours, 2%, 20 to 30%. That's a lot. Imagine wala nang matitira kay farmer. That's why when we came to the picture, farmers are really grateful. Masaya-masaya sila kasi nakakapag-aral yung mga anak nila, nakakakain yung mga pamilya nila. And why do we need to charge investors 5%? It is because to ensure that capital will be able to operate. Kasi sabi din namin kina farmer, dadating din yung time na you don't need capital. And we don't need you. Why? Kasi marami pang farmers kami matutulungan. So hanggat makita namin na si farmer, kaya na niya mag-negotiate on his own pagdating sa harvest. Kasi right now, kami
We offer accurate information not only because we receive direct instruction from the U.S. Department of State and our partners in the Southeast Asian region, but more importantly because U.S. institutions come to our office directly to update us about the landscape of education that's constantly changing. And that is something that we relate to local schools and also to individuals like you. For example, if you're interested to know more on how you can pursue your studies in the US, perhaps it's not right now, but maybe it's something that you would like to do later on. That is something that we can guide you with. So do keep us in mind. See something we have failed to see, or may see it more accurately, because it is so widely arrogant for us to assume that we have everything figured out. And that is why intercultural education exists, because the best assets of our nation are...
I'm Julius Fernandez from the Global Filipino Network, and I'm also an alumnus of the University of Santo Tomas and also an alumnus of the Harvard Project for Asian and International Relations. I was sent by UST in 2013 and I was sent by California State University in 2017. And now we're here to discuss 2 hours lang ang ating impact challenge mechanics, because this is the core of our This is the core of the AIIC 2017. Ang core ng AIIC 2017 is to gather youth from several places in the Philippines, not just to discuss
for public policy manual, and you've all read it, of course. Of course, they're not gonna answer.
They should.
They should have read it. And para lang maintindihan natin, no? Kasi intimidating, the whole thing is intimidating, no? How long is it? Kailangan natin pabulaklakin, pagsidlahin, kailangan may mamulaklak lahat ng bulaklak sa hardin. In public policy making, what we have to do is make it as concise as you can, following protocol and procedure. So what you have to do is, gagawa po tayo ng polisiya based on...
No? Kung napakinggan mo lang Kathy lahat, siguro ma-amaze ka.
Yes, I think may chance naman ako makakinggan yung mga chosen ones na, no?
Oo.
And I'm excited sa lahat ng mga ideas na i-represent natin.
Indeed. Pero, well, due to time constraint actually, so gustuin mo natin sana ma-present lahat, no? In this plenary, yung mga policies.
To accept the fundamental truth. Accepting the fundamental truth that unless you believe you are, you cannot empower for others to believe that they are. Tama? That's why the word genius is not only for those who are very good in linguistics and mathematics. I have an ability to settle through the luxury of time. I am now an educator for the past 20 so years, appreciating career. I used to be rich before, working as a stock trader, now no more. Richer friends. But I realized it's not all about money. When you reach a particular age in your life, at 45, I know lawyers go to hell. So it's a different ballgame altogether. In a little while, you'll be hearing Brent International School, but I kept on telling him, Anak, your school will not define you. Your grades will neither define you. It's your character that will put meaning into your life. That's why you appreciate reading the classic titos and titas, the uncles and aunties, because kung di ka marunong tumingin sa iyong pinanggalingan, hindi ka makakarating sa iyong gusto puntahan. Napakasimpleng kataga, pero napakalalim.
Differences and learning styles, despite the fact that I was not even trained to become an educator. I was a kick-out in high school. A kick-out in high school and a flunker in college, and yet I was introduced as the president of the UST Alumni Association. It's a payback time. To a university was accepted me for what I was before. I like to believe that intelligence is not only for those who are gifted with financial prowess. Last week we celebrated and I took part in the ASEAN Business and Investment Summit, being part of the DTI Go Negosyo. We are called angelpreneurs. We go to different places around the Philippines to harness the fact that 99.6% of our MSMEs are startups. What they need is push, a gentle push to go beyond na kaya ko yan. That's why we have 10 modules. I normally handle the first two, either entrepreneurship mindset, entrepreneurial mindset, or marketing. As I went to the different rooms a while ago, I saw many of you sporting good slacks. St. Peter's University, if you're a chosen few, that means God loves you. Correct? Kaya malapit na kayo. Malapit na kayong kampanin ang tungkulin. Si Mon is a very busy man. He gave up. Meron 3 report inasahin sa kanya. Ayun, patay. Dahil narito siya, payback. That guy standing over there, his name is Luis Fernandez. I saw him grow up. Naka-shorts pa yan, nakalawit pa. Nakita ko na yan. Kapitbahay namin. He came all the way from the USA. He arrived last Friday to be with you and to join us on Sunday during our faculty. And then he goes back. Translation. Magkano yun? But he didn't mind. And he won't even ask some money from me. He came here because he's committed. Yan ang Harvard. Yan ang pagkakaiba ng Harvard sa ibang university. Tama. Ang Harvard, ita-drop out ka, after 30 years, i-invite ka to give the commencement. Like what happened to Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg. Correct? In other words, the key here, if you want to become successful, follow my footsteps. Be a kick out. But you know, it's your branding. When you echo what you've learned here, pagtayo mo pala, people will size you up. It is not what you wear, but how you wear it. It is not even what you say, but how you say it. For beauty is only one aspect of communication. You can talk and talk. But unless you talk with meaning and sense, you're nothing but a second-rate copycat. Yan ang tatandaan nyo. Eh ano kung may diction ka? I watched last night's Corina show. Di ba that lady who went viral? Kasi pangit daw siya, iniwan siya, may makeover siya, gumanda siya. Nagpasalamat kay Corina, salamat Corena. Ganun pa rin ang diction. In other words, it will not define you. Eloquence did not make our country more progressive, politically and economically speaking. Many people hate Duterte. I love him because of his eloquence and his sartorial elegance. Imagine facing ASEAN, nakabukas lahat. Pero mahal siya ng tao, bakit he makes things move? And go over this. I attended last Friday's Publicus Asia's latest survey on the millennials. 8 out of 10 love him. I thought all the while ang millennials walang pakialam. Hindi. Ang mga millennials pala obedient. Akala ko gusto niya ng sex. Hindi pala. Nasa ilalim. Ibig sabihin, para namin kayo maunawaan, unawain niyo naman kami. Diba? Kapag kami naglalakad ni Mon at binati kami ng mga players, tatakbo yan para magmano lamang. Oo, sa akin lang. Ganun sana, huwag yung kalimutan yan. Go back to the basics. You're all intelligent because you're chosen to be here. Many would have loved to be here. But wala sila. make good use of your time spent here in this university. To us, gave us the more or less the figures. I said, go ahead, we'll support you, even though we have limited funds, because this is an investment for the people of the Philippines. Our humble financial contribution, we know very well, will mean so much to everyone. So don't forget to do more and have more for the Filipino people. Thank you very much.
Wow!
That was so beautiful and funny and inspiring. Ang dami ng adjectives. But it's
Hindi pa tapos pero I've already presented this at several seminars and conferences in the United States and the United Kingdom. Now,
is also affected by economic conditions in the ASEAN region. As we know, most of the countries in the ASEAN region really do not fall in the category of rich countries, and mental health is a problem connected both. So that stigma is the reason why we still have a problem with regards to how we address and how we deal with issues of mental health. And that's prevalent in most ASEAN countries.
So we saw na hindi ganun kaganda yung mental health picture natin in the country as well as in the ASEAN region. But now, let's go on to what is currently being done by the government, by the different civil society organizations. So that, of course, when you
na hindi rin natin agad malalabanan. Hindi natin siya kaagad kayang labanan because ano pa tayo nasa level pa tayo ng grassroots. No? Itong mga tao nasa kapangyarihan na, sila yung merong better tool to oppose that kind of policy. Data, nakikita niyo, hindi lahat may passport, 'di ba? Walang way for the government to actually pinpoint, halimbawa, where is Pauline right now exactly? Hindi niya kaya. Unlike other countries na mayroong digital ID system, biometrics, meron silang mga ganon. Sa atin, hindi ganon ka-invasive ang government. Ang invasive sa atin, well, all over the world is the internet.
For us, because as HPAIR alumni, we envisioned this AYIC to give you guys a taste of what HPAIR has to offer. So what I want to say is, no matter what the result is, we want you guys to know that it's just another paper. It's just another paper of the countless papers that you have presented, prepared, all throughout your college life. But what we want you guys to realize is that we did not do this impact challenge to actually make you feel like, oh, HPAIR, Harvard, it's impossible, it's hard, we can't do this anymore. This event, we wanted you guys to be more challenged. When you saw the papers that the registration committee gave you guys in the emails, we wanted you guys to feel that you were challenged rather than afraid. Ayan nga, that's why Sir Julius and Nico will announce them for Social and Paul. So for the economics, the panel chose Sushma Kityam.
Nakakagulo yung pangalan niyo. Okay.
And the second presenters will be, they didn't give me a name, so I'm just gonna read it. The practical professional class, they won. So if you guys don't even remember your policy paper, why?
Tao ba to?
1 and 3.
1 and 3.
Oh, 1 and 3.
Yun.
Okay. Well, madali lang. Alam para nila. I mean, first and third to present.
So, for the groups that did not make it to the cut, you're free to ask questions as to why the panel chose
Gabi
these
naman.
groups. So, for these groups, please prepare. You do not have time to prepare. You're going to present right after this. So, thank you.
Social cultural track. For the social cultural track, yeah. We chose group number 2 and 3. So number 2 is the one with the scholarship program.
Yes, congratulations.
And group number 3 is the first aid mental health program. So basically, for group number 2, we would want for you to expound. So our winners for our winners, not winners, but more of the one we'd like to recognize in the political security panel, Justice League and Fruities.
Centralized. Tinatawag namin tong 3O. Online, one stop, okay ka na. So kahit single ka, hindi mo na kailangan magkaroon ng partner para magkaroon ng ayan. Sino mga single? Ayan. Pwede po kayo mag-online permitting. Basta may internet lang kayo, aprobado na yung mga business permit nyo. Ito lang inspiration namin. Ang inspiration namin dahil kina Ma'am Tisha, Sir Christian at Sir Wado. Kasi nahirapan daw po sila magkaroon ng permit. So ang inisip namin, with the internet connection, dapat magkakaroon tayo ng mabilisang certificate.